Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of a Man once again, and today we're doing another book review. Today we're going to be talking about Dragon Slayer Volume 2. This is written by Michael Scott Earl. It's published by MSC Publishing, his own publishing company. The genres here are pulp, sword and sorcery, and fantasy. This has no adaptation, obviously, because it's published by him. And if you guys are interested in watching the review for Volume 1, it's up in the card. Please check it out and then come back to this one. I don't want to spoil anything, and I will talk spoilers for the first volume here. So the premise here is that after Ethan and Ariesta follow Raymond to their lair, they defeat the dragon. They defeat him, obviously, in much the same way that they defeated Frostar. So there's a new woman in the group, I guess. Now, with the void created from the lack of Frostar and Raymond, other dragons are rising up to take their place and spread their territory. So, Ethan must go on a journey to gather the forces of humanity. It's getting pretty epic at this point. It's a lot more epic fantasy than you would assume originally, but it's really interesting. I'm really enjoying myself with it. The first book in each series by Michael Scott Earl is free. You can download it for free from his website. I'll leave it out in the comments. And you can try out the first book for free from every one of his series. There's quite a few, actually. There's Tamer, Dragon Slayer, there's Star Justice, there's this one called Destroyer, which is like Overlord, kind of. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Really interesting stuff, really enjoyable. And every subsequent book you buy is $5. So it's actually rather cheap. It's really affordable, and it's pretty enjoyable to read most of his stuff. So I recommend it. Now, the plot line here is good. I enjoy the follow-up feeling that is created from continuing on a quest to destroy dragons. And the fact here is that it doesn't feel repetitive, which is great. I would hate for it to be like, hey, we're going to go beat one monster and then we're going to go beat another one in the exact same way. It technically does have to be in the same way at the end. From the first volume, you have to destroy the stone, get the stone from the dragon, and then put it on the pillar so that he can get the powers. But the way you get there is different, and it's enjoyable for each time. At this point, we get 3 dragons by the end of this book. So it's cool. There's a good change of pace here. It stops being a, go with the knight to the lair of the dragon, and more like political intrigue for this volume, for this book, I guess. So they have to go to this place called Windwall. So he has to go to Windwall, which is one of the 3 cities that are left where humanity still holds strong. Whitespire is the other one, and there's another one that I can't remember the name of. So they have to go to Windwall. They get there. Ariesta, Ethan, and Irenya, who is Raymond, and they have to deal with political intrigue for a little bit. They have to deal with the fact that there's this group of people that want to take over the city of Windwall, regardless of the fact that humanity has to gather forces in order to defeat these dragons. Eventually, they figure that out. They still go on their journey. They have to go spelunking. They have to go into the mountain and into this old city that was in the mountains, kind of like Erebor, more or less. Defeat this evil demon, then defeat the dragon, obviously, and then come back and deal with the repercussions of the political intrigue that occurred. And it was really enjoyable. Really enjoyed how everything kind of worked, and the fact that there were so many different things happening. It was really fun. The characters here are good. There's Ethan, Ariesta, obviously. They get a lot of good developments. They finally kind of find each other and kind of develop that relationship that we were assuming was going to happen. Then we have the new character Irenya, the dragon Raymond, who has different characteristics. She's not really the same as Ariesta. She's a lot more wild, a lot more free with herself, kind of like a fire would be. And it's really fun how they kind of contrast. And they really do get into these cat fights that are really fun to kind of experience. Naivia is still there as well, but she kind of took a backseat this book because there's a lot more characters around this time. I enjoy the characters from Windfall. There's Daxus, and he's really the only one that's important. Everyone else is kind of like just there to move the plot along. And I overall enjoyed the relationship building a lot more than I really should, but it's just well done enough to keep you interested. And that's really all I care about at this point. I'm reading for the fun of it, not for the pretentiousness of it, if that makes sense. I'm not really looking to read books that are like high level, that are going to be masterpieces of literature, but that are not fun at all. I'm looking for fun books, and this is really one of those. So yeah, world building here is good. There's a lot of building around Windfall, around Ironfast and Vossath. And then we get a lot of lore for the dragons specifically. In general, it's kind of interesting how they just kind of appeared one day and no one knows why, and they don't really know why, and there's no male dragons, only female ones, and they're all intrinsically tied to magic, but no one understands how. So it's kind of cool how it all kind of works out. And yeah, I enjoy the ideas that are being presented to us, and I enjoy learning more about it, so I definitely want to read the next volume. I think this book here is really showing a different side of the author, a side that really cares more about interesting stories than necessarily getting to that harem aspect. So yeah, enjoyed myself a lot. The cover is good again. I really like this one specifically. It's probably my favorite in the series of covers. And obviously there's sexual content, but I wouldn't call it fan service. Again, it's not the best, but it feels a lot more passionate in this book than in Tamer. So I don't know if that's because he's a better author at this point, or just because the style is different. Because it's fantasy, it can be a little bit more poetic, I guess is the right way to put it. Overall rating for this book is 4 out of 5 or 8 out of 10. Again, I'm being a little bit generous with these books, but I just enjoy them so much that I can't really justify giving them a worse score just because they're not great examples of literature. So yeah, I recommend this. It's fun. It's just good stuff. And similar titles, again, Tamer and Dragon Realms, or Legends of the Dragon Realm. I can't really think of anything else that's similar, but if I do, I'll put it somewhere in the description, I guess. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the book or about the video, and recommend me some other pulp, self-published, online, digital type of books. Game fantasy, game lit, all that type of stuff. Let me know. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and see you guys later.